Dhanyavad.
Moy Prabhu, Dhanyavad.
And I mean, Maharaj is something else, really. You know, I think he was also explaining something about like Swami Maharaj and something about how, and all on the Guru Bhagavas, it's like they're so down to earth, practical, but the sweetness and the depth inside, you know, that they give, it's, yeah.
I'm so happy you have this beautiful association, this beautiful experience. And Madhura Vasini as well.
Yes. Definitely.
Good morning, obeisances, Maharaj.
I'm giving my obeisances to the ether, but ether has some value, we hope also. So good morning obeisances, early morning obeisances to Naza. Well done, Naza, up early in the morning. To Leela, well, for the morning obeisances, to Seva Rupa Devidasi, Priyanana Devidasi, all early morning obeisances. Dandavad, Priyanana Devidasi, and your Thailand flower. And later morning obeisances, not so late, 7:30 a.m. to Radha Sundari in India. And afternoon obeisances to Jayadev Prabhu, the sun is still shining. And evening obeisances to Praneshwari Devidasi, and night obeisances to Leela Moy Prabhu and Parama Bhakti Devidasi. And early morning obeisances just joined us to Prema Sindhu Prabhu. So we've come together. Oh, Paramananda Prabhu is on his way in too. There is
with breakfast. A surprise, Maharaj.
What a surprise! Breakfast obeisances to Paramananda Prabhu. All times of days obeisances to the Vaishnavas. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Om Jnana Timarandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvije Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Garadhara Srivas Adi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. And breakfast obeisances too. Krishna Kanta Devidasi and nearby Munindra Mohan Prabhu. And all the residents, Krishna Priya Devidasi, all the geese, ducks, peacocks, snakes, scorpions, and all other creatures living at Govinda farm around and about. And Vrindavan Chandru, early morning obeisances. Jai, Sadhu, look, our Sadhu in Ukraine. You've got competition, Vrindavan Chandru. Naza also looking like a sadhu now, representing Ukraine. Jai, happy to see. And Bimal Krishna Prabhu, we remember you every day, Bimal Krishna Prabhu. And hope you're all happily settled into the United States of America. Your passport says you're American, but we don't agree with your passport. Hare Krishna. Our Indian American, doesn't sound right, but anyhow, Bharatvarsha American, Bimal Krishna Prabhu. And Jason, happy to see you in the outdoors, somewhere in the United States of America, California maybe, yes? Somewhere, all right. Okay, dear devotees, I think because we've got a rare occasion that we've captured on camera Munindra Mohan Prabhu and Krishna Kanta Devi Dasi, let them be prepared to say something. Are you ready to share something for back to basics today? Or would you like to wait a few minutes to gather your thoughts?
Wait. Maharaj, they're fired up. They've been sharing all morning today on, Bhakti Yoga for All with Praneshwari Didi.
Okay.
Very nicely, and they're totally fired up. So,
but no, really, I cannot.
I'm afraid they're going to run away. So let's capture them.
Okay, I'm a little afraid they run away too. And the thing is, here in Vila Govinda, it is a little early for them. But so this is why we don't have directly their association so much on the back to basics. But now it's the perfect time. It's 6 minutes past. It's the perfect time. It's 6 minutes past 9. So they know how to help our basics of devotional life develop. And they've developed a beautiful ashram here. And so many devotees came. And yesterday, lots and lots of devotees. Maybe Seva Rupadiri added them all up because she was distributing prasadam here. And I do not know, probably it must have been 40, I think, in all, something like that, devotees were here in Vila Govinda Ashram. So we had a
We just need to leave.
No.
And everyone comes.
By having 2 absent, we noticed your absence. But really, you were with us. Now maybe 3 days, if I don't know which day you were there, giving the talk in Gupta Govardhan. And in the evening, we had you on the computer and with the loudspeaker. And it was just the same as sitting with you two and with Bhakti Lalita there. So we were very happy. So it helps alleviate the separation from you both, but you are both pillars of Vila Govinda. But the point is today it's back to basics. It is quite rare that we can hear from you both, and each of you have got your reality contribution to make. And so I hear that you're fired up. I'm passing the microphone to you both. Let us all be more firm in our foundation of devotion by your association this morning.
Maharaj, thanks to invite us here and Pavananda, Praneshwari. It's actually very, the gathering doesn't look like beginners, ABC, Bhakta, rather it's kind of expert senior Vaishnava gathering. And by the way, you got another extra title by Goswami Maharaj, the ultimate Bhakta leader.
Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Bhakti Sri Goswami Maharaj ki jai. His gracious, by the way, we should all know that his gracious glance is over the back to basics and these programs that we do. We are always looking to see are we doing the right thing or not. And when we've got Srila Goswami Maharaj's gracious glance, it is valuable for us all, for you all, for all of us. Yes, Prabhu.
Anyway, one little theme is coming in my mind that, of course, when we talk about the basis, we need to have a little bit of acquaintance with Atma Jnana. At least for me, it's necessary a little bit of philosophy and basic knowledge of who am I, and what is my relationship and this and that. That is necessary. And then, of course, all the other processes very well described in Gurudev, Guru Maharaj book, Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, in Bhagavad Gita, and it's all described very carefully. But one theme that always Govinda Maharaj, one extra masala necessary to proceed healthy Krishna consciousness, is always affection. So you have to do seva with affection, you have to meet the devotee, sadhusanga with affection, you have to do your chanting japa with affection, and everything as like respect the other, give honor to others, be humble, everything with affection, because without affection, what is the taste of life? What is the taste of spiritual life, the substance? It's very dry. We can follow many processes, technically we can do advancement in this and that, be more aware of this, be more advanced in that. But finally, the main ingredient is Ananda. So Ananda is nourished by love and affection. So this is the main ingredient from the beginning. So when we do also preaching, for example, we do preaching out of affection of Gurudev. We don't actually preach, we serve Gurudev. We don't actually do puja, we just serve Gurudev because Gurudev told us to wear dhoti, to wear tilak, and to be respectful, and to follow the sadhana, bhakti, but with affection, out of affection on Gurudev. And this is the main thing, and always we have to check this touch base and check if this ingredient is there, if we are really making Gurudev happy in what we are doing. And that is my point of a basis. It's very simple, but it's what I'm thinking this morning.
Jai. And absolutely. And we're thinking of Gurudev when you say this, because what was Gurudev's whole method of preaching? He's making everybody his friend. And but by that connection, it's not a social friendship. It's so that he can give as a friend's advice, friend's guidance, something to everybody, whether it's his bodyguards, like he had bodyguards in Mexico, because Mexico is a little bit of a risky place, and Srila Ashram Maharaj through the devotees arranged bodyguards there. But those bodyguards were blown away by Gurudev. They said, we are professional bodyguards, we guard all sorts of people. We never met anyone like Gurudev. And at least one of them took initiation. And he was like so impressed, and he got so much impression about the holy name that he should chant also, that he took initiation. But through affection.
It's very strong weapon, affection. Even Gurudev said, I was bound by affection. So nothing bound you more than affection. And also Krishna is bound by affection. He's the word. It's a very powerful thing.
Do you agree, Krishna Kanta Devidasi, or do you think we need a stick?
I need a stick. An affection stick, yes.
An affection stick, okay, there's a good.
That was Paramananda suggestion.
Okay.
Anyway, yes, and I remember, it just came to mind one incident when Gurudev was leaving from Italy. We were at the airport. We took him inside the airport, and then we were all sitting there with him, and the janitors, the people who were cleaning the airport, they saw this group of people and they were charmed by all of us, like Gurudev sitting in the center, and we were all around him, and they could perceive this exchange, that there was something very unusual, at least, going on. And they look at us, then they approach and say, who is that man? They were so charming. I'm sure if they stay like, if we had longer time and they could associate with Gurudev and the devotees more, they would also take initiation. But it was just for a few minutes there. But yes, you could feel everywhere Gurudev was with his entourage also. It was people could feel the affectionate exchange going on between him and his disciples. And also I remember once he commented when he was about to go to Brazil to visit Krishna Rohini Shaktis and Trivikram Raj was then, what is his name before? Ananda Krishna. I forgot his name.
Ananda.
Okay, anyway, he was going to visit Brazil. And everyone was very enthusiastic about, going to this place. And then Gurudev made the comment. It was maybe the first time he was going there. Made a comment, let's see if she will be able to digest all my associates or something like this. Like that she likes me, okay, but she will just take also all my entourage. She will be able to accept, they will be able to accept my entourage.
If you love me, you have to love my dog.
Right.
Difficult part sometimes.
Yeah, difficult part sometimes. Because he never moved just alone, He moved with a whole bunch of variegated personalities, devoted personalities. And so, yes, but this is a very essential point because we always have to remember that Krishna is not alone. So there is all his entourage, and so we should never think that one day we will just be ourselves with Krishna and everything else will be eliminated. So we were discussing also today with Praneshwari about this, how important is always is this association of devotees as our shelter, because alone we are not able actually to deal. We don't know how to deal with Gurudev or with Krishna. So the devotees are our teachers, our guardians. Always we have to learn, and it's actually so beautiful that there is this varieties of personalities. Otherwise, if they were all like Krishna Kanta, what a hell! It would be hell, one big Goloka Vrindavan. Like if everybody would be just like me.
so many sticks.
But everyone is different. Sometimes we are disturbed by our other personality, but we have to step out a little bit and see how actually it's beautiful that all people that they would never match in mundane life, they would never get along, or they have complete different politics idea or any kind, but we don't care about that. It's all all fade in the background, and we focus on their devotional quality, their property of devotion. And in this way, we just, we are not getting into Ukrainian, Russian, or this and that, for example, now, or whatever, duality of this world that the Maya Devi is trying to keep us in this duality and put one against the other one. We will not stay in this platform, and we will try to rise above that duality and see the beauty actually of the difference. It's actually beautiful. It's like when you make a garland, you pick up all different flowers and leaves and you make something beautiful. So all the devotees of Gurudev is just like that. Everyone with each his own fragrance, color, and shape. That's we may like it or not, but when then they put them together, and Gurudev appreciate all this difference and even enjoy the fighting amongst devotees. Even
competition.
He looks and he enjoy that variety. So we should also try at least.
Variety of rasa.
And the variety of rasa. And also, I don't remember who was, but one devotee was desperate. And he went to Gurudev and he said, I'm following your instruction. I'm trying all my best to tolerate. I'm tolerating so much. But Gurudev said, tolerate is not enough. You have to tolerate with affection.
Oh my God.
So, and he was able to do that. And we still marvel today how he did. And because it's easy to say these things, but then when we have, in front of us, the reality check, and we have to tolerate something. And then we don't. So it's not easy.
Affectionately hate you.
Yeah, anyway, but sometimes we can express our disappointments, but in a family, I grew up with five kids, 5 children. So we fight like anything one day, and next day or next minute is just like nothing happened. So this is like family life. It's natural that we have disagreement, or like sometimes I remember when we fight with my brother, we punch each other and like this, but next day nothing happened, like no problem. We're still brother and sister, and we go on. So this is also happening in Gurudev's family. We disagree, we fight, everyone has his own opinion about things, but we have to look like everybody's trying in his own way, with his own personality and special relationship, to serve Gurudev. In a way, maybe it's not the way we would do, but still we have to appreciate their attempt. So this is just what come in my mind in this beautiful environment in Maharaj. We are in heaven here, really. It's a heavenly planet. I think I want to throw my tickets.
Well, there are lots of devotees here, but I'm not sure they can live without you.
I think you can do very well, actually. I'm not anymore necessary there.
Well, now I'm very impressed to see like so many devotees can do so many services. Whatever's needed, they're all coming in to do the services. And in the garden, and I mean, just everything. And even the roof service. We've got Hari Gopal here from Latvia, and he's up there with his friend Andrew. And they cleaned off the broken tiles and the old tiles, this, that, and the other. It's a bit of an eternal Leela, the roof, but...
Oh, well, yeah, I hope not eternal service, because it's very heavy. I think it will finish soon.
Well, Krishna's kept it very dry so that the leaks into the ashram aren't noticed at the moment. So given a lot of opportunity. Okay. But yes, there's a beautiful team here, and Krishna Kantadidi is saying that she's in heaven there, but also in the temple here. And in the temples, when we go to Abkhazia, when we go to the different temples, and specifically we can think of Abkhazia, Tomsk, Govinda Land, Govinda Farm, where you are, but Govinda Dam in Australia. They're all we were thinking that the consulates of the embassy being Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, the embassy of Mahaprabhu and of Radha Govinda. And then we are the consulates, the different ashrams around the world. And wherever we are, it's like the books that we read. Every one of you know, every chapter we read is the best chapter. Every page is the best page. Wherever we are, we're in the best ashram, the best place, the best environment. And it's Krishna's grace that we're able to feel like that and to see like that. And that is also part of the harmony of all of the different natures, not only of the devotees, but of the places, of the customs, etc. The different customs in different countries.
Yes, here we're just overwhelmed by the beauty of nature, by the beauty of what Paramananda and Krishna Priya are doing here. It's just overwhelming, really.
They have a unique touch, magic touch, really. For every detail, everything is made with love and affection and taste, harmony.
Yes, because many things can do gorgeous things, but there is some extra affection, affectionate touch here, you can see.
We saw many resorts, but nothing is like this place.
This is, I think, I mean, actually we haven't seen so many because it's not that we travel so much, but we saw a few, but we think this is the best place.
But now we have one problem here. We have a place called Madhusudan Bhavan. And I don't know why, since a particular personality left, the place became overrun by tulsi.
Yes.
Even the path is overgrowing with tulsis. Really, we don't know what to do. We try to replant tulsis, but you know, they don't survive when you replant them. So now we're thinking.
Oh, dear. Well, very good. I'm very happy. The tulsi is thriving there, but it's only a coincidence about the name that some unnamed person gave that place. Hare Krishna. But you know, Thailand, anyhow, the environment of Thailand, it does remind us when we read the Krishna books, etc. I mean, so much of the nature, the kind of environment that you sort of get we get a mental image of rather than a transcendental image. But the mental image of the description that we hear of Vrindavan from the Krishna books, etc., and in Chaitanya Charitamrita, where repeatedly we're getting quotations about the environment of Vrindavan within the pastimes of Mahaprabhu's Rath Yatra pastimes, which took place, of course, every year, but also the visit of Mahaprabhu to Vrindavan. When we go to Thailand, then we feel that similar, you can say, environment of the seasons and of the forests and of the nature and of the dealings of the people. The dealings of the people are actually very gentlemanly, affectionate even. I do not know what the word is. But when you're in Thailand, respectful. It's respectful, honorable.
With smile.
Oh, yeah, with smile.
That's what actually captured Srila Govinda Maharaj, because as soon as he was out of airport, and Srila Shah Prabhu is driving and I'm sitting on the back seat, and literally we drove maybe a kilometer away from the airport building, and then Srila Govinda Maharaj declares, "This is the best place I've been so far. And I traveled the world, I've been in so many places. This is the best place." And I was very surprised that Govinda Maharaj, but you just arrived, you haven't even seen anything. And then he said, "I saw how people treated me on arrival. And that tells me a lot. In fact, that tells me all I need to know about this country." And really, it was a grand reception when even the immigration officer had to kneel in front of Govinda Maharaj and extend the hands like that and ask for the passport. So they were like asking for seva. So that, and they were surrounded by Apsara-like young, like representatives of the airline who were there with folded hands, ready to serve. And not just Govinda Maharaj was treated like that, but also the entourage of Govinda Maharaj was treated in the same way, which included Goswami Maharaj and the servitors, of course, and other devotees. And he was really, his heart was touched. And that's whatever Madhusudan Maharaj just said, this is what Srila Govinda Maharaj also commented in the next couple of days while we're riding around the town, seeing things. He said, "It reminds me India from a really, really long time ago." And one peculiar thing he said, it's just like in the time of Ramachandra. I didn't want to ask how does Gurudev know about the times of Ramachandra? But then he thought for a while, and then he said, now it is like that. But how long it will last, I do not know.
Oh dear.
So reminding us that we should appreciate what is in front of us, don't take it for granted. And actually, it's still an external representation of the beauty, charm, and love where our Guru Varga is taking us. So take that moment, seize that moment, like we seized the moment with Krishna Kanta and Munindra, Mohan Prabhu, and do it. Just do it, just follow, surrender, which is very easy to say, really. It's so easy to say, it's so difficult to do. And especially when you read Guru Maharaj, when he is saying the surrender must be unconditional. There is no half surrender, quarter surrender, full surrender is necessary. Sounds very noble, very beautiful, but by some reason, Maharaj, it's so difficult to do.
Hare Krishna, but bound by affection. Gurudev was bound by affection, and actually we're all bound by affection. And his affection, some special affection, not mundane affection of this world, where you walk into a shop. In some countries, you walk into a shop and then they sort of sounds genuinely asking, oh, how are you? But it is not that kind of a politeness, official politeness, so make you feel at home so you can go and spend all your money in their shop. Not that kind of affection. So I think we should hear a word or two because we have the opportunity from Krishna Priya Devi Rasi, and she's our Thai, she's the Thai ambassador as well as the Gurudev ambassador there. So you have two roles to play. After now we've been hearing about Thailand.
Decide to take initiation.
Oh, that's
Oh my
We
God.
heard from him.
Maharaj, I always scare of your class.
Krishna Priya, you are with family entirely. Everybody here is an affectionate member of Gurudev's family. We're just seated together, and don't be nervous, be happy just to share with the devotees like you do when they're with you.
Krishna Kanta is asking Krishna Priya to tell everyone how did she get inspired to become a disciple of Srila Govinda Maharaj.
A beautiful question. Yes.
Oh my God. Maharaj, actually I start from, not directly to Govinda Maharaj. It start from the devotee who always keep visiting Thailand. I observe, I befriend with them, but in the same time I was scared. Because like, oh, like oh, what they're doing, because I born as the Buddhist. Because of family, environment, it's like we grow up like that. And in the same time, I was receive all the devotees are coming. And we exchange something, sometimes I argue, but somehow their personality, their nature is so sweet. They don't against to be my friend with me, even though I'm, oh, you're Buddhist and something like that. And I start to highlight melt with the friends of the devotee. And then once I met Gurudev, first time in Navadip, even I scared him.
You scared him?
Just the first man.
Scared of Gurudev.
Oh, scared of Gurudev. Okay.
Yeah, he's so like powerful, around sannyas around him. And I was thinking, oh, this monk must be very powerful. Very powerful. Like I even afraid to come close to Gurudev. And then after all, since he come to Thailand, I just like, observe everyone, around him, how devotion, how like just the person can surrender and devotion to one monk like that. He's like, and then I try to look like more carefully, and I start like, he just smiling, like take like mercy, it's like grandfather asking you what you're doing, not even preaching, Maharaj, just like love, affection, like family. Not even like, oh, did you read the book? Did you chanting? Did you singing? it's not like that for me. Like when I like how to feel with Gurudev and devotee, they not ask me to do any temple things. They just to be friends, family, and then I start to like, wow, like society association is very powerful, Maharaj. That's why I melt to all like family and devotees like that, and then I surrender to Govinda Maharaj.
But then initiation, how happened?
Oh,
That dream.
that dreams, yeah.
Yes,
I still like have some question like, do I have to initiate to Guru Maharaj, to Gurudev? Because I'm thinking like maybe not necessary. I think like that. And then one night I was dreaming, Gurudev was coming to my dreams. He was sitting on the lion with the wing and come to correct me. And he asked, because I'm afraid to cross the river. And he said, no worry, come with me. I bring you to cross the river. And then I was waking up and I said, oh no, no question, no nothing. I need to surrender to Gurudev. And then I asked Paramananda, please ask his permission. I really want to initiate. He like in the, how to say, even in the dream, he's so powerful. And also not in the dream, he was so powerful. And then I just, no question, Maharaj. And then I like, this is Gurudev. He's my guru.
And the other side of the story?
By then, actually, just a little pretext to that, Srila Govinda Maharaj, after Thailand, in 2007, he was going to a Vaishnava festival in Russia, organized by Avadut Maharaj. So he sends everybody away. The whole group, whole entourage flies there, and Janardhan Maharaj, Harsha Maharaj, the Indian sannyasis, they're all gathering there. And then just the day before he should fly, he calls me, and then he basically says that I'm having a heart attack. Anyway, the long story short, Gurudev somehow imitates a heart attack to create a perfect reason for not going there right now. And when we just, myself, Shuddha Prabhu and Vrinda, and Jumuna Priya, we stayed behind. So when I kind of asked Srila Govinda Maharaj, that wasn't a heart attack, so what was it? Then he smiled and said, oh, Prabhu, I just need to do 2 seva for Guru Maharaj. 2 seva is left. And I asked Srila Govinda Maharaj, can I assist you with that seva? He said, yes, 1 seva you can assist. I want to make 1 ashram. I said, where? And he said, here. Where? In your house. I want to make it as an ashram. So, okay. I said, well, what can I say? I said, yes, Govinda Maharaj, let's make an ashram here without even asking Krishna Priya. So we made a sign and we inaugurated the ashram. Srila Govinda Maharaj named it Sri Chaitanya Shridhar Govinda Ashram. And he mentioned just like Parampara, Chaitanya, Shridhar, and he said, and Govinda, pointing to himself. And then that was it. And he didn't mention anything about the second seva. So 1 week passed and nothing. We're just going on happily in the company of Srila Govinda Maharaj. And then one day in the morning, Krishna Priya calls me and out of the blue says that really, we did not preach to her. We did not force her. None of the devotees tried to push her to get, take shelter of Govinda Maharaj. But she was always serving for almost 10 years by then, serving to all the devotees, dignitary associates of Govinda Maharaj. And then she's saying, can you ask Govinda Maharaj if he can give me initiation? I almost had to sit down, but that wasn't expected at all. And I was, of course, happy. So I went upstairs and I brought it up in front of Govinda Maharaj. And he was so happy. And then he pointed out, he said, here is the second seva. I was waiting to make 1 Thai disciple. And I said, okay, Gurudev, so when? Tomorrow is good? He said, now. Bring her immediately. Now. So she was in a different place. She had to drive back, and really it was. Luckily, Vrinda was there. She got a lotus flower, some bananas, some pranami, put it all together. Then Krishna Priya went upstairs, and Gurudev really didn't care about this whole superficial ceremonial part. He just wanted to extend that connection and fulfill his promise to Guru Maharaj to create 1 center in Thailand. And that's how it happened. But to convince her, he had to come in her dream, and really she missed a lot of very interesting moments. And when I heard about details of her dream, I thought just like it is described in Srimad Bhagavatam. running from the great fire, hitting the bank of the river. And the river is so wide that she is standing there completely lost and thinking that's impossible. It's impossible to cross. And on the other bank, there are devotees. They're singing and they're calling her, come to us, come to us. And then she hears the voice of Govinda Maharaj, and who is, come with me, trust me, come with me, I will take you over. We will cross this river. And that's what inspired her. I mean, really, that's Gurudev's magic.
No more to say.
No more to say.
Amazing story.
Very mystical.
Powerful.
Gurudev in the form of a lion with wings.
Yes.
No, not in the form of lion. He was
Sitting.
Gurudev was Gurudev, but
Sitting.
there was a lion with wings.
Sitting on a lion with wings. Wow.
And he said he bring one more and he sit there and you cross. Bring you cross the river.
What a scene. I can see him completely.
Everything is possible.
It sounds very realistic, not imaginary.
Yeah. I think if I can paint,
Yes.
I will. House look like. It's like, wow. You cannot like reveal like whatever. You have to go, okay, go. It's so powerful.
Yeah.
And this is how the deities and the paintings come into existence. It is revealed truth, revealed understanding, and then they make the deity in that way. Oh, we saw Krishna, we're making Krishna's form in this way, so that the people in general can appreciate and can come to serve the deity and get some understanding of who is the Lord, who are his associates. And so we see consistent images around the world in painting form, in deity form. And this is what's been revealed in someone's heart, like you were saying, Krishnapriya. If you're an artist, I would paint this and show this to the world. And so now we have some understanding about the beauty and the nature of the Lord and his associates through revealed truth. Hare Krishna.
Okay.
So, who would like to add something on the bound by affection and harmonizing all the devotees within that affection, no matter what color or type of flower they are in the garland? Any contribution from anybody? Praneshwari, David.
Can we hear from Divya Shakti Didi Dandavat? So nice to see you.
She's always hiding, but he's here. She came attracted, bound by affection.
Yeah.
Another newcomer for the Bhakta basis.
Yes.
A new Bhakta, Divya Shakti.
It's ever new, ever fresh Divya Shakti.
Oh, Dandavats to all of you. So nice to see you. Krishna Kantamarindra, Krishna Priya, Paramananda Prabhu, and of course, Madhusudan Maharaj. I came in so late. I got tied up here in some seva and other taking care of a devotee. I don't know what you're talking about, but affection. Actually, one thing comes to my mind about absolute sweetness. You know, Jamuna Priya, she has this website, right? Absolute Sweetness. And it's all about Gurudev's pastimes, his glories, his lectures, his talks, his everything. And I'm just trying to get absorbed in it more, to read and to hear about Gurudev's pastimes, all the things that she's writing down. She says this is her life, and if she can do more, she would. She just wrote me that just a little bit because I was telling her how beautiful her service is. And I just am so inspired to just like to reread all of Gurudev's books, you know, Divine Servitor Divine Guidance and Dignity of the Divine Servitor, all of Gurudev's books, because Guru Maharaj gave us Gurudev, you know, and he always glorified Gurudev and saying he is more than me and all of this. So I am just, you know, I feel very indebted to her for doing this wonderful service of keeping all of this, these jewels, all the jewels of Gurudev's pastimes, you know, for us to reread and to have. And I just wanted to share that appreciation and, you know, and just mention that. So I think it's very inspiring. And I just want to, you know, open up her site and read about those pastimes, Absolute Sweetness. And she has a lot of beautiful pictures on the website, you know, of different times with Gurudev. And it's very beautiful. So.
And beautiful audio too, which most of the recordings are actually quite clear. She selected clear ones, and she was also using a good quality recorder, audio recorder. And many of them have got like helpful notes, if not a full transcript. She and Chinmoy and others have helped her to find the shlokas, because when Gurudev is giving a class, he doesn't put shlokas in just as like decoration. Oh, I know some shlokas and it sounds good, but there's some meaning behind it. And if we actually miss the meaning, we've missed something of the talk, because Gurudev is giving the verse and then he's giving it and wanting us to know what it says. So these notes which go along with the audio are very helpful, and also, of course, helpful for the devotees. Especially in the beginning, who may not understand Gurudev's way of speaking so much. So do get the right words, because if we get the wrong word, it may be, if we get the wrong word, it can change the meaning entirely, of course.
Well, excuse me if I've made some mistakes or anything about expressing this, but
What? Nothing to excuse. We're just joining in the flow of your glorification of the site and of what's been given there, because the pictures are wonderful. She had a very good camera and donated by the devotees, and like we were astounded of how nice a camera was donated, and it was given by Bharati Maharaj, all credit, and a good recorder, and she's got, you know, treasures that only she has. So
yeah.
Beautiful.
She's real sweet treasures for sure. Wow. So.
And Divya Shakti Didi, Maharaj is the happy miner of those gems.
Yeah.
So I am, and so many other devotees.
Yeah.
And we listen to them, to excerpts from those here regularly in Vila Govinda Ashram. Munindra Krishna Kanta Didi, they know.
Very nice. Yeah, I want to hear more and read more of them. It's very beautiful, very absorbing. Also, Religion of the Heart is also so amazing and very wonderful. I was reading a little bit of it yesterday with Madhurima and Purushottam Prabhu, and what did it say? Let's see. Something stood out to me about envy and jealousy mainly, not envy, jealousy. You cannot become jealous of anyone in devotional service if you're always serving the Vaishnavas. There's no way. And so the devotees who are so pure-hearted, they're always serving. They're always serving the Vaishnavas, and they don't have any of those bad qualities because they're always serving. And it's so beautiful. I read that in Religion of the Heart. You guys have just read it not too long ago, I think. You were reading it, Religion of the Heart. Such a beautiful.
Yes, here in Italy, yes, we read it, yes.
So yeah, that stood out to me. It was what page? I think it was on page 38. We stopped page 38 last night. Yeah.
Oh, very precise.
Yeah. I said, oh, I gotta So I'll probably just finish. It was just a page and a half left in that chapter. And it was a very sweet chapter. Very nice. You know, pure-hearted souls.
Not only read, we heard in Italy some of those lectures. Gurudev delivered in Italy maybe 50% of the books.
Oh, nice.
Jai, Divya Shakti.
Jai.
So nice to see you.
Nice.
So I heard you're coming to Italy at some point.
I'm trying. We'll see what Krishna arranges. I don't know, because it's a little difficult for me right now, but the desire is out there, but we'll see if it happens. I'm not too sure yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're waiting for you.
So we're waiting for you here too.
Yeah, she's coming to Italy.
So devotees waiting for you everywhere, Divya Shakti. And speaking of affection, I'm not sure if you know, but in some circles of the devotees, you're known as Ma Divya. Not referring to your age, but referring to your natural affection towards everyone, motherly affection.
Oh, well, it's very nice. I'm very honored. And, you know, I wish I could represent a little bit better and be a better servant of the Vaishnavas, you know. Vaishnav Seva, so important. I mean, you know, like some of the devotees are so amazing and just spontaneously, you know, serving and just want to do this and do that and do this and do that. And, you know, we want to do like that for Gurudev, you know. We want to do like that for Gurudev and for the devotees, you know. I think we all go out of our way. We've all gone out of our way so much in our lives to try to serve Gurudev and picking up on that mood of Vaishnav service, you know. I know I've tried, you know. So anyway, we make mistakes, but we keep going. And we keep trying, you know. But sometimes I can't read exactly what Gurudev really wants me to do sometimes, you know. But, you know, there's no harm in trying, you know. All risk, no gain. You know, so.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh,
yes. Maybe I took that picture.
I think you did.
Right.
The title of this photo is Bound by Affection.
Right.
Oh, Gurudev.
Jai, wonderful Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna. I shall ask for volunteer contributions.
Maharaj, before we go, more contributions will come after these, but there is a question that is pending. I'm going to put it in the chat. The answer is for Dandi Maharaj.
Oh, well, he asked this question. Maybe it is in the Russian Zoom, to Mahayogi Prabhu, who was here last week. So so Dandi Maharaj got his question. But yes, the home comfort came just, I mean, in brief, because devotees then and now want something that we can give to newcomers to try to show in a small booklet, in a small, without being a big book, or I'm not going to read a big book, but in a small book, to express the mood and the teaching of Srila Guru Maharaj, because Home Comfort is Guru Maharaj, Srila Sridhar Maharaj booklet, and it's Shripad Bhakti Sarup Tridandi Maharaj of UK, who brought it together, and with a little help from the friends, and it came out into the published form first in India, and it was published with lotus, hand-drawn lotus, which was made by the devotees there in India, and then it went through various reprints. I don't know how many reprints by now, but several reprints and around the world. And because devotees did find that it communicated and nicely, like summed up a little bit Srila Guru Maharaj's mood, but still we think, because we are accustomed to Gurudev and Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada, the teaching, so we are thinking it's a kind of a starting book, but I'm surprised somehow that devotees still feel, or newcomers, and we've given the book to them, we asked them next week, so did you read that booklet we gave you? And they said, yes, but I really couldn't understand it. And sometimes we think, how can you not understand home comfort? But that also, you see, some grace must come from Guru Maharaj and Gurudev. We must have a little foundation to get started somewhere along the way. Otherwise, and I've tried to read it from a, okay, I don't know anything point of view, and I still can't read it without not being kind of drawn in by it. So in one sense, we feel really it is a wonderful book to draw in the devotees, to draw in the public, and to inspire the devotees. It's not just a, for the first time, read a book. We've read that book many, many, many times. I mean, dozens of times over the years. We've read that book, we've read Inner Fulfillment, we've read In Search of the Original Source. These small booklets we have read many times. And each one is complete in itself, in its own way. But the intention of Home Comfort was to bring talks of Srila Guru Maharaj, some an appropriate part suitable for absolute newcomers to hear. And we'd like to think that really devotees at least were going to feel this home comfort mood, because Guru Maharaj, he uses that expression. It's his expression that he uses many, many times in this book, these excerpts. But when you hear Guru Maharaj's talks again and again, not published in any book maybe, or published in other places, he uses this expression of home comfort. And what is that home comfort? It is the bond, the natural bond of affection of our home. And our family our family is made up of the devotees. And one other point is that we are told by Gurudev that we have to learn how to live with the variety of devotees here. Because when we get to our destination, we're going to find that there's a variety of devotees there also. It's not that everybody has to fit into what we think should be proper devotional practice, this, that, and the other. But rather, we must appreciate and accommodate all kinds of natures of devotees. And how to do that? Trinadapi sunichena taroreva sahishnuna amanina manadina Kirtanya Saraharihi, but not only Kirtanya Saraharihi, but will be brought into the association, into higher association by this process and the service mood, by humility, tolerance, giving honor to others, not wanting honor for oneself, and with service mood. By that, we will be brought into higher association. And really, the devotees in this world are fortunate to be able to find birds of a feather flock together, find that association in this world, and with the help of each other, become prepared to accommodate all kinds of natures of devotees in the upper world. And I mean, beyond our pay scale, but we do read the descriptions of both Gurudev and Guru Maharaj. I mean, they're talking with one voice, but saying about Srimati Radharani, saying about Chandravali and others who are outwardly seen as their competitors or rivals. And she's saying, I have no jealousy or envy to her or to them. If they can please satisfy and please Krishna better than me, that's wonderful. I'll bring them to Krishna. I only want the satisfaction of Krishna. But some rivalry, because I see some deficiency, something that somehow Krishna wants more than what they're able to give. And so this way, we are coming forward to render our service to Krishna. But if anybody can do better, that is wonderful. We want that Krishna will be pleased, whatever is for his satisfaction. So there is some competition, but not with the jealousy or envy or the I'm going to do and push others out kind of mood, which we may find not in the devotee world here, but in the regular world here, that sort of competition of self-assertion. So we need to live with all kinds of devotees here and accommodate everyone. If we can't live with devotees here, oh dear, we may have to stay and get a few more lessons so that we'll eventually in some lifetime be able to live with devotees without any criticism, without any wrong mood from within us. And then we'll be allowed to come within that actual circle of devotees who are eternally engaged in the Lord's service in the upper world, taken home, home comfort, the land where everyone is our well-wisher. And actually, we've all got this opportunity by the grace of Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj. They are those residents of the upper world who've come to distribute service, distribute affection, distribute the passports, visas, and tickets to go home, back to God, home comfort. And Srila Prabhupada's Back to Godhead magazine, you see our family connection. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. You know, back to home, back to God. All of these, from darkness to light, from ignorance to knowledge, all these things, directly we see this family connection of Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj and Gurudev. But actually, I mean, really, we can recommend some of Srila Prabhupada's books as the beginning book, but with an insert to say where to find Krishna, this current of Krishna consciousness. We suggest, not only suggest, we recommend, come here where Srila Prabhupada wanted us to come, to the lotus feet of Srila Guru Maharaj, and hence the lotus feet of Gurudev, to have this shelter of Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj and Gurudev. So by way of introductory books too, we must not neglect Srila Prabhupada's books, but we do want to give a little PS or a little addition. While you read this book, when you see International Society of Krishna Consciousness, we have some claim for that, whether officially as a society, but the society of devotees, as Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, like that. This is the current. We want to always see where is the current. And if we know where is the current, we can point it. Why not? We will point it out to the sincere seekers. And we hope everyone will be a sincere seeker after reading Home Comfort, Inner Fulfillment. The Science of Self-Realization. It's Srila Prabhupada's book. It's a wonderful book until today. Wonderful compilation, compilation of talks, interviews, letters, replies to get us on the track. Hare Krishna. Chintamani Devidasi is with us, with her horses and big buffalo, maybe. But maybe they're sleeping now, horses and buffalo sleeping up. And look, horses sleep standing up. What the things that Krishna arranges in this world. And Krishna makes birds sleep standing up on one leg. I mean, Krishna is very humorous. Hare Krishna. Yes, ocean of nectar. Then Dandi Maharaj asking that. But anyhow, Sripad Dandi Maharaj did get his answer directly from, because he put this question to Mahayogi Prabhu. And then Mahayogi Prabhu also gave some history behind the books and how things come into print. And it's a very responsible service duty to do that. Hare Krishna. Anyway, I was feeling much relief and thinking, oh, these back to basics. I speak too much. We want to hear from the devotees. And I was thinking, oh, this back to basics is the best back to basics, because we're hearing from Krishna Kanta Devidasi, Munindra Prabhu, Paramanand Prabhu, Krishna Priyadiri, Divya Shakti. We're hearing from the devotees. We want to hear from the devotees, because this is Ochin horror show for our devotional service, but we have no Russian speakers with us. Oh, we do.
Yes, Priyanana, and Priyanana is also here.
Priyanana still speaks Russian. No.
Maharaj, in the chat, there is the list that Kumkum Vidi recommended in Bhakti Yoga for teens.
Yes, Brahma, everything
books.
is in Brahma Samhita. And Dignity of the Divine Service. Gurudev liked that book, by the way, as representative of his teaching. And really it is, every book is wonderful. And these are quite small. Golden Volcano, my goodness, yes. Loving Search for the Lost Servant, yes. Search for Sri Krishna, Sri Guru is great. Who can object to anything in this list? And I would like to add, Revealed Truth. I know it's a bigger book, but it is overflowing with Gurudev's love and affection and guidance. And I mean, smaller, if you want to keep on smaller books, is affectionate guidance. That is what Gurudev gave, affectionate guidance. It's what Guru Maharaj gave. It's what Srila Prabhupada gave. But so clear in the directives of Gurudev and Guru Maharaj, and who we've had this affection and guidance from. And Munindra Mohan Prabhu started us off today with this affection, this whole mood of affection and guidance, and it is our life. Priyanana Devi Dasi raised hand. Yes, oh, I see. I can see your hand. I'm looking at the lines on your hand to see what is your future. Oh, your future is very bright. Okay.
Yeah, Nana, we are missing you here in Chiang It's not the same without you.
True. It's true, yeah.
It's okay. I'm not a part of a constant entourage. I'm just here and there.
It was you were a constant for me whenever I come to Chiang Mai.
It's different now. But thanks. I just wanted to ask, here we spoke with one devotee and he said, you can understand what the person is by seeing how he or she sings and laughs, like laughing. I wanted to ask, maybe Maharaj, maybe you observed Guru
Ask
Maharaj.
to Munindra and Krishna Kanta, please.
Okay. Whoever observed, I mean, everyone, obviously, like Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj. And could you describe something of those qualities, like laughter and taking prasadam, and any special impressions on you? Maybe strange question, but still.
So let us come to Munindra Prabhu, because he started our theme today, and now Munindra Prabhu coming full circle back to you.
So the question is, you can know people best if you observe how they laugh and how they
sing. Singing.
Ah, singing. Okay.
If you can remember some episode.
Well, I noticed, and Madhu Samaj confirmed me, that Srila Gurudev doesn't look at all the external beauty of a tune in the singing of the devotee. For example, we all appreciate as Western Buddha, and he appreciates, but not so much. And other, like very out of tune devotee, almost unable to sing, really. He wasn't disturbed at all to listen to them. And I actually, one of them, unfortunate that this line is not into so much canoric skill, but I like to sing as well. And singing, we improve a little bit slowly. But the most important is the mood, no doubt. That's true. From the singing, yeah, you can catch the mood, no doubt. And I think it's very true. And one sample for all is the transmission of spiritual inherit from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur to Srila Srila Maharaj when he asked him in the deathbed to hear from him Shri Rupa Manjari Padam and no one else. Why? Because you wanna meditate on the lotus feet of Shri Rupa through the evocation of the sound vibration of Srila Srila Maharaj. This is, you can understand, it's a very powerful thing, the singing of the Vaishnava. So this is one thing. About laughing, well, some people say that all the prominent spiritual masters, they also are humoristic and make people laugh. But also we heard that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, maybe no one ever seen him laughing or smiling. But still he has the sweetness of Vrindavan within, and no question about that. So it's also laughing is a kind of internal thing. It's not like so much outcoming, like big show of laughing, big sound, big facial transformation. It's like very subtle thing also, the laughing. And the best humor is when the people who tells the humoristic story, he doesn't laugh actually, make others laughing. So it's also kind of a mystic thing. It's a transaction, no doubt. It's one. I think it's one art of the gopis also to tell laughable story,
Like jokes,
jokes and jokes of words, and sometimes not even
double meaning,
triple meaning. Not, not as a
Gurudev was expert in that.
Also Gurudev is art, no doubt. So it's actually art to make people laugh, but with some taste, higher taste, not something lower taste. And yeah, there is a book in Italy written by an intellectual man. It's all about laughing and how the high priest bishops at some point in the 15th century. Yes, this is one of the. They forbid to read Shastra about laughing, because laughing is not spiritual, but it is spiritual. Everything is spiritual, and yes, some place in the spiritual realm, and there is joyful atmosphere. So laughing is part of our life, no doubt.
Anyhow, Priyanananda is mentioning like two characteristics that a devotee says, oh, you can tell someone's nature like by this or by this, but also you can tell somebody's nature by so many things. It's part of the characteristic or character of a person. So their dealings with others, I would also put very high on the list, how they deal with others. And there we've got also that super example of proper dealings with others, coming from Gurudev, coming from Guru Maharaj, everything done very properly. Look at Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is giving us the proper dealings. I mean, dealings which we basically can't maintain in this age. It's a different age. It's a different place also. It's not the Brahmana Pur, the Brahman town of Jagannath Puri. It's not the age, that place, and it's not that age of Mahaprabhu and the strictness of that time. But the very proper dealings Mahaprabhu showed, and for the modern age, applicable to us, because we cannot, and we can only dream or pretend to think that we may be able to lead a life as was held by Mahaprabhu, Garadha Pandit, his associates there in Puri, that standard. But Srila Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj, and especially Gurudev, has shown us what is devotional interaction, the proper dealings with others in the modern age. And in some cases, Gurudev simply is saying on the original theme, that make the public, make them your friend. And when they're your friend, then you can say something to them. You can give them some Krishna consciousness. Be a friend to everyone. This way, our own devotional service is not interrupted with friction and fighting, etc. And how to do that? Humility, tolerance, giving honor to others. So laughing or singing, it may some indication, and somebody may give emphasis to that of how to tell a person's nature, but it is part of a bigger picture.
Maharaj, you mentioned Chaitanya Charitamrita, and there's a beautiful story, numerous stories, that shows this very humane-like nature of Mahaprabhu. When Jagadananda Pandit comes back from Vrindavan, he brings those berries from Vrindavan, and Mahaprabhu knows well that the seeds are very spicy, but he also knows well that the Bengali devotees were very simple-hearted. They probably never tried it, so he's not telling it. He wants to see the reaction, because they're going to take the whole thing. So the whole scene is very humorous. And Mahaprabhu is having a good laugh, and everybody is having a good laugh. So here we go.
Yes. Also remember Munindo Prabhu song. He made Gurudev laugh.
Oh yeah, he made Gurudev laugh a couple of times.
It was really funny. Once he was just sorry. We were in Calcutta, and Munindo was just talking about the quality of the air, but he said with Italian accent, this Calcutta air is very bad. And Gurudev just hearing that, he started laughing at Munindo's accent. And anyway, it was just a stupid thing, but it was nice to see Gurudev and everyone started laughing at the Italian accent of saying Calcutta air like this. Anyway. But I remember also one things that actually Munindo made me notice. I didn't. You see, this is why it's so important to have the devotees association. We cannot see without, the help of the devotees. We can see very limited things. And we were both very new, and maybe it was the year he took initiation. And he was so charmed by Gurudev. And he told me, can't you see that he's just dancing? Like, he's not dancing, but he's sitting. And he could see, because he had to deal in his younger age, he had to do some service for the elderly blind people. So he had to do with elderly people and a lot. But when he saw Gurudev, this elderly man, and he was like so, I think you can say better, but he told me, like, can't you see that he's dancing? It's like when he's speaking, he's dancing. It's like his whole movement, and that it was like. And when we see this picture that now in Paramananda show, you can see he's like from every pore of his, skin, he's like radiating and he's emanating a dancing mood and like happy mood, like this. And also about the joke, the ability to make joke, to play with words. One for me was is unforgettable in Rome when we first invited him and he speaking, and some other people come from another mission asking about the authenticity of that guru because they heard from Sagar Maharaj that is not bona fide. And then Gurudev say yes, and in a like not very clear way, he actually say they have born and fight. So the devotee understand is bona fide. So we just look at Gurudev and he laughed, like he made this, you know, but like I say he's not born. They've born and fight. They do have bonds, you know, and they fight. A way to say they're not bona fide, but the devotee who asked the question, he was convinced he's bona fide. He was very happy to hear from Gurudev. His guru, he's bona fide. And, and we were all like laughing. And this way, Gurudev was just making joke, you know, playing with words. It was really funny. And he's recorded actually. Yeah, Premanidi Prabhu was recording. It was very early in the morning. Yes.
The air is human. And that devotee is very human.
And how will it be transcribed? And that's why we need to hear from the devotees as much as possible. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, the sense of humor of Gurudev was really unique.
It's nice if he will come, but if he doesn't, that's even better.
Hare Krishna.
Transcendental humorist.
Baraj, you started it. It just keeps coming.
I started it. I'm sitting here quiet.
Priyananda started it. So.
Okay. If it makes you happy, I started it, but I didn't. Innocent. And quite a long quote here. Oh, well, not so long. From Revealed Truth by Praneshri Devidasi. And she's been very quiet today. I think she should read the quote that she's selected from Revealed Truth.
Actually, Maharaj, I'm going to invite Sevarupa in Villa Govinda to read it.
Okay. Seconded.
Dhanavad.
So can you can see it, Sevarupadari? Once one of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's disciples. So you're reading Srila Gurudev, Srila Govinda Maharaj's words from Revealed Truth.
Once one of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's disciples, Sripad Siddhanti Maharaj, came to speak with Srila Guru Maharaj. When they were speaking in a relaxed mood, Sripad Siddhanti Maharaj said to Srila Guru Maharaj, Maharaj, I consider that all of our God brothers are Vaishnavas because they were all servitors of Srila Saraswati Thakur. They have some Vaishnava quality, but side by side, I have seen that all of our God brothers have difficulties, faults, and bad qualities. I have decided to put our God brothers into some categories. Someone is a foolish Vaishnava, someone is a wise Vaishnava, someone is an envious Vaishnava, someone is a simple Vaishnava, and so on. Sripad Siddhanti Maharaj explained many different categories of Vaishnavas, and Srila Guru Maharaj laughed so much to hear that. Everyone is a Vaishnava. This is correct. But how much? It is very good to use the idea of percentage. Someone may be 5% Vaishnava, someone may be 10% Vaishnava, someone may be 20% Vaishnava. And someone who is 100% dedicated to the Lord is a real Vaishnava. If we consider all of the devotees in this way, that will be perfect.
Jai Shri Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. All right, well, what a beautiful way also for us to end today, but it's not ending. We are going to continue with our back to basics by remembering what we've heard today, who we've heard it from, how we've heard it, what's been given to us. It's a little bit of a special edition of back to basics today, by the grace of the Vaishnavas present. And really, we all appreciate and thank you very much to all. I know we're not meant to say thank you, but Gurudev also said, I know, Gurudev saying thank you, but he said, I know Guru Maharaj didn't like that word, but what other word do we have? We need to express our gratitude, our appreciation for the devotees. Hare Krishna. Oh, Jayadev who entered the waiting room. What time does his clock say?
Well, she just left and coming back. He was here all the time.
Oh, was he? Okay.
He was cut off, Maharaj.
All right. All right, dear devotees. I don't want to be the one to wrap everything up today. So I'm going to give that duty. Who shall I give that duty to? To Paramananda Prabhu. You have perfect dealings with the Vaishnavas, with affection. You can wrap up our program today, Paramananda Prabhu.
First, Jai Shri Bhakti Raja Vasu Maharaj Ki Jai. Sar Paramananda Prabhu.
Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Bhakti Rakakshara Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Ma Divya Ki Jai. Krishna Kantadini Ki Jai. Munindra Mahaprabhu Ki Jai.
Paramananda Prabhu Ki Jai.
Sindhu Prabhu. Vrindavan Chandra Priyanana. Jason Nadia Priya Param Bhakti Leela Mohi. Am I missing Anjali Krishna Prabhu Madhavi, Jayadev, Radha Sundari, Bimal Krishna, Nazar Prabhu Ki Jai, and Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Srila Gurudev never missed Haridas Thakur. So Srila Haridas Thakur, Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Oh,
Hari Hari Bol. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Gurudev.
Jai.
With all best wishes and appreciation. Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol.
Thank you so much, Maharaj.
And thank each of you so much. Beautiful day.
You too, Maharaj.